Oh yeah, yeah I did. Although I have to admit, growing up where I did, I hardly ever saw surfers in my life. And when I first went to college, I saw these guys driving their bicycles by with these surfboards. It was kind of a culture shock, but I really did fall in love with the ocean and living by the beach and everything. I eventually learned how to surf and surfed with my kids as they grew up, and I don't really get in the water that much anymore, at least not the salt water. And things have changed a lot since I first started learning to surf. The coasts have become a little bit more crowded, and there's a lot more competition for waves compared to when I first learned how to surf. So,
where was your favorite place to take your kids surfing around here?
Our favorite place was 38th Street. It's kind of a slow, medium wave, and there's usually pretty nice people out there, and it's not a lot of competition to get waves in the lineup. Pleasure Point is a little bit more, the people can be a little more aggressive, and the better surfers are up at Pleasure Point, so we would hang out a lot at 38th Street. We learned how to surf at Cowles Beach, which is a very slow, nice, easy wave, and it's a good spot to learn how to surf.
What is a place that you'd love to go?
I think my latest favorite place to eat is a restaurant in Aptos called The Hideout. The food's fantastic, staff is great, service is good. But through the years, there have been different places around town that I really like. For lunch, I love to go to the small taquerias here in Watsonville. There's some really small taquerias with great food and nice people. So a lot of times for lunch, we'll run over to a small taqueria in downtown Watsonville. You just can't get Mexican food like this elsewhere in the country. I know I was on a trip a few years ago, and a friend of mine who is from Virginia, he actually grew up with me, but he's been living in Virginia. He wanted to stop and get some Mexican food, so I just shook my head. We went to a restaurant up in Montana, and it was just not that great. It was Tex-Mex and just nothing like I remembered here in Watsonville. You really get spoiled with Mexican food here in Watsonville. Well, I see my patients everywhere. There's almost nowhere that I don't see patients. Grocery store, restaurants, everywhere I see patients, probably more than once a day. It's pretty common. I didn't have a feel for what it would be like to be part of a community and part of everyone's lives that I come in contact with, but it's really grown on me, and I really enjoy being able to be part of the community and speaking Spanish and understanding some of the concerns that our patients have. I've been at Watsonville Hospital for over 30 years, and I love the hospital. I love the people. I love the hospital staff, the OR staff, everybody. It's just been a very nice community setting to practice in. I don't think I would enjoy practicing in a big city and then driving from one place to another several times during the day. I prefer to just go to the hospital and then come back to the office, short, maybe a mile away. So it's been a very good place to practice for all these years.